Hey everybody, Coach Mike here. Coach Mike's always improving for the third time today. All right, inside joke, but what can I say? I tried to do this live a while ago, and then I tried to record, and it found out, of course, when you record, it helps if you turn the mic on or use the right mic. I neglected to do that, so we're going to fix that problem, and now I can tell you how we can record and improve today. Today is Monday, the 16th of February, and so as usual, Coach Mike Always Improving is free on Mondays to everybody. But I'd like you to become a subscriber. That would be really nice if you would do that. And you can do that by going to Substack and scan that QR code there. If you become a paid subscriber, you can go free or paid. That's okay. That's up to you. But you go paid as $67 a year, but you're going to get far more than that. I like a couple of webinars I got upcoming that you might want to attend. You can come absolutely free if you're one of my paid subscribers. Matter of fact, one of those webinars or seminars I'm going to be doing over the next 4 days. And I'll tell you about that shortly here. Let's see if I can fit the other thing on the screen without. Whoop, there's my mic back. Turn off the mic. That's a good idea. Let's see here. Let's go over here. There we go. PowerPoint presentations. Have you ever been to a meeting or a seminar and the speaker was doing the PowerPoint presentation and it was putting you to sleep, or you couldn't wait to get out of the room fast enough? It's not always about the slides. I bet almost anybody out here can do the slides. You can go open up PowerPoint, create some slides, especially with AI now, probably do it for you. But it takes extra skill to present your slideshow, to do it properly. And we've seen so many times that speakers they don't address the audience. They're looking at the slides or really insulting you by reading the slides to you. Isn't that the last thing you want to see? So what I'm going to be doing the next 4 days, this is a $99 course. You can get it at store.coachmikenow.com. But over the next 4 days, I'm going to divide that up into 4 spots, and I will do that as Coach Mike's Always Improving in the morning, but only for my paid subscribers. So you might want to think about signing up for that. I guarantee it will make you better. And, I'm not an AI guy, but notice this picture I did with AI. Okay, I wanted a picture of me doing a PowerPoint. I could have got the camera out, tried to put me up, do a selfie with the computer in the background and all that. I said, why not see if AI could do it? It's hard to believe it actually made me look younger and better, handsomer. How is that possible? Anyway, it did it. What can I say? I'll take it. Especially didn't cost me anything for all practical purposes. My monthly rental on my AI, but or did I make that before that? Might have been. Anyway, that's what we got for now. Coach Mike here. Coach Mike's Always Improving. How can I help you improve? Talking about speaking. Take advantage of opportunities for your business and look for places to talk about your products or services. And I'm not talking about giving sales pitches. I'm talking about sharing what you know, what you have with your community. There's service clubs, Optimus, Lions, all these different service clubs. A lot of times they're looking for speakers to speak to their meetings, and they want to hear about you and about what you've got to offer. They don't want a sales pitch. They don't want a sales pitch. They don't want you to go, oh, no, they want to hear what do you got and what's going to benefit people. What is unique about what you've got? And if you can do that, you got to do that as a sales pitch. If you come to my house and you want to sell me something, you better darn well be able to tell me how it's going to benefit me, why I need to buy it. Not just because you want to win a contest at your work for a set of steak knives. You laugh about that. You think I'm kidding. Years ago, my first wife and I, we'd gone to I think it was the Arizona State Fair, and there was something we were thinking. I don't remember if it was a rainbow vacuum or some other one of these other gadgets or whatever. Some, like they sell at the state fairs, the county fairs and stuff. So we signed up and they come out to do a free presentation. And this is back when I used to deliver soda pop in Phoenix. And I used to get up 5 in the morning usually. Okay. This guy shows up about 8 o'clock at night, 7, 8 o'clock for what time it was. It wasn't too late. And starts doing his pitch. Yeah, matter of fact, I'm pretty sure it was the Rainbow. And it had all the gadgets, the water. Isn't that the water vacuum? Instead of having vacuum bags, a vacuum cleaner with paper bags, you had water, right? So, guy starts doing his pitch, going through it really cool. No, no, no. Oh, no, no, no. I hate to say it. It was that other vacuum that they used to come out and sell all the time. Remember Kirby's? It wasn't just a vacuum. You could have a whole workshop, had a saw attachment, or all these different attachments. That's what it was. Anyway, this guy came out and started demonstrating, started doing his thing, and then we got down to the price. And it wasn't cheap, obviously. And of course, they had financing and all this and that and everything. And I said, okay, well, let's mull this over. Let me get another paycheck or two going or get a little cushion in. Well, no, we could do that. You got to do this. You got to buy. He started all this. Finally, this guy tells us the reason he needs to sell this vacuum to me, this tool, is because they're having a contest at their work, and they were divided up into teams, and the losing team's wives have to cook steak dinner or something for the winners. And he said his wife would be really teed off if she had to cook steak dinners for the other guys. Well, hey, that's really cool, and I love contests like that and stuff, but I'm still not going to buy it today. Oh, but you got to, yeah, and he kept going from one thing to the other. I mean, he wasn't going to quit. He was determined he was going to sell me that device, and you know what? Under normal circumstances, I probably would have bought the darn thing, because certain gadgets, I don't always have the highest willpower. I'll be honest. But at night, we weren't going to do it. And he wasn't going to let us not do it. And he kept going and going, and finally got him out the door. And it's a good thing for him that I didn't see the clock before I shut the door. It was midnight. It literally was midnight. I mean, this was before you had cell phones and, had clocks in every room of your house and all that. Maybe some did, but it was midnight. Might even be a little later. And, he was already getting me fuming. There was a point where I draw the line and I say, you know what? I don't care about your contest. I'm not going to buy the thing tonight. Accept it and get the heck out of here. And we literally had to push this guy out the door. It's pretty sad. So keep this in mind. When you go out and you're going to sell, you got to be able to show why should the customer buy it. What is it going to do to them? They don't want to hear about your contests, getting a set of steak knives, or you're not having your wife cook for somebody, right? They care less about that stuff. What is it going to do for them? So if you get that down, you're going to be ahead of the game, I can guarantee you. When I talk about the PowerPoint presentation this week, and everybody uses it may not always be PowerPoint. I mean, obviously Google has their version, they have Google Docs, and I'm sure they have slideshow presentations, and Zoom you can do, so you can either share what you've already got, or you can create something. But if you don't follow up the presentation, you can have the best slides in the world, but if you don't practice your speech a little bit, and you don't know what you're presenting, you're going to lose part of your audience. You're not going to have the impact you wanted to have. And the thing about Google, about PowerPoint, and I'm sure Google probably does the same thing, they've got places for you to put notes that only you can see on the slides. So you got your laptop there, your tablet, you got the screen up over to the side that's showing the slide, but on your tablet there, whatever, you can actually have and some notes there to remind you what you wanted to tell about that slide. Now, most of it should be, when I create slides, I try to make it where they're self-explanatory. I mean, I know my topic that I'm going to be presenting, If I'm not, why am I presenting it? Okay. Unless I'm doing a Toastmaster project or something to go out of the box and do something I'm not familiar with. We have a project, you do a speech like that, speak about something you don't know anything about. Makes you do some homework and research. Did that a long time ago, a couple times. So, but if I'm going to go out to make money, I'm going out to a service club, I'm going out to a company to present to them, to try to get them to buy my product or my service, I better know what I'm talking about. Practice makes perfect. My old speech coach, R.V. Robinson, out in California, God love her. She would tell you got to practice 2 minutes for every 30 seconds of speech. Harvey, I hope I remember that right. Or 30 minutes for every 2 minutes of speech. That's what it was. 30 minutes for every 2 minutes. Almost screwed that up. Make sure you know what you're talking about and be good at it. Okay, that way it makes you look better to that audience. It makes you look like they can trust you. They want to be able to say, I want to trust this person. They're going to come out and install Windows. They're going to remodel something for me. They're going to teach me how to do that. They know what they're talking about. If you cannot, it's not just about whether you do or not, it's about how well you convey that message to the audience. PowerPoint is just a tool to use. The speaking is another aspect of it that you need to, don't just be complacent and don't care about it. I did a project for Toastmasters a couple months ago. And the idea was to do a speech and to get your evaluation. Every time you do a speech in Toastmasters, you get an evaluation from another member. Then you take the feedback they give you and do the speech again. It could be the same speech or it could be different, but take the points they gave you to improve on and do that next speech and then compare notes on it. I've been a Toastmaster for over 35 years. I first joined back in 1990. I did a speech, and one danger of becoming a long time good at anything, not just speaking, is you become a little complacent. And especially with me, when I was younger, one of the reasons I bombed out of college early is because I was too smart. Things were too easy for me. I didn't have to work hard to get good grades, at least in high school. Got a little different lesson when I got to college. Same thing with my speaking. So when I did this first presentation, it wasn't a PowerPoint, just a normal speech. I sucked. I sucked, baby. Whoa, get Mike out of here. I don't want to hear from him. And my good friend Walter, who was evaluating me that night, sort of let me know, Coach Mike, I was disappointed. He said, you're better than this. I mean, he was not, we do a sandwich method in evaluations. You tell the speaker something you liked about their speech, then you give them something they can improve on and what you want to see for the future. But you do it, we're not out there to beat them up. But just like a lot of other things in our society today, some people, I don't know, they're afraid of offending people. You get a new member in Toastmasters, you don't want to scare them away, right? But sometimes people just don't know how to give a solid evaluation. Years ago, out in California, my chiropractor's ex-wife, they were married at the time, but anyway, she was in a Toastmasters club. And she came to me and my friend Big Jack, and asked us to come to her club and evaluate her final speech she was given for the first level of award. So we went down there and we evaluated her, and we gave what we would anybody else. We didn't treat her like, we weren't mean by any means, but we said, here's what we saw. Here's what we think you can improve on. She told us later that after we left, the other members weren't just not happy, but they were mad, some of them. How dare we treat her that way? How dare we talk? We didn't do anything. I don't remember the speech or anything, all the details now, but to elicit that kind of response. But that's why she had us go down to evaluate her. because she wants to grow. And ladies and gentlemen, don't be afraid of offending people when you're trying to help them. I'm not talking when you're sticking your nose in somebody's business type of help. But if somebody says, hey, I want you to evaluate my speech. I want you to look at my project I did, or I'm building this. What do you think of it? Tell them the truth. You don't have to be mean about it, but just tell them the truth. If you think, hey, that thing's going to fall apart in 3 weeks, you better tell them. Because a lot more damage will be done if the thing falls apart, right? And somebody gets hurt. So anyway, that's where it is with evaluation. I took that evaluation. That was a wake-up call for me to not be taken for granted and to spend a little more time practicing my speeches. And I'm doing that a lot right now because I'm getting ready for the International Speech Contest. So I cannot just fly by the seat of my pants. So keep that in mind when you go out to do a presentation, when you go out to do a sales pitch. If you're using PowerPoint or any other tool, remember those are just tools. Practice your pitch. Practice without the tool. Make sure you know what you're talking about and know enough that you know why you can share that message, why the people should buy from you. Hope that helps you improve. And again, my email, coachmike@coachmikenow.com, or you can catch up with me on Substack there, become a subscriber. I've got a chat going. Nobody's bothered to get in there. I don't always sit there waiting. Do I need to do that? I'm still learning Substack. It's a pretty cool platform. I like it. Tune into my Rumble tomorrow. My Coach Mike Now podcast. I'm going to be dropping tomorrow. I'm going to be talking about a number of things going on, but including local politics here in Catawba County. I'm going to be talking about some things going across the nation you need to be aware of. I'm not just going to be an echo chamber of other politics here, and I'm going to tell you my take on some things going on and what we got to watch out for, because this year could be a really make or break year in a number of areas. And I don't like the way I see some things going. So anyway, have a great day. Keep on improving. Coach Mike's always improving, or at least I'm trying to. God bless you.